Is it time for recess yet? I'm so glad you found time to join us here on the Childcare Director's Chair, where Erica Saccoccio shares her best practices that she's refined through her passion of directing childcare centers over the last 23 years. From parenting interaction, systems to save you time, money, and stress, to profitability. She shares it all from the Childcare Director's Chair.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Childcare Director's Chair podcast, the podcast dedicated to ECE leaders who want to lead with purpose and impact. I'm Erica Saccoccio, and we're here to share practical strategies and insights to help you inspire your team and elevate your program. And today we're talking about 5 ways to be an inspirational leader in your childcare program. Leadership that motivates, empowers, and sets the standards that everyone wants to follow. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Number 1 has to be one of my favorites on the list, and that's leading with heart. But you have to stay grounded. So you can do this quite easily by staying authentic, because authenticity is key. People respond best when they know you're genuine. So don't try to put on a facade. Your team will respect your honesty and your realness, and you'll be really relatable. Number 2 is you got to show empathy, but also set those limits. Understand your team's challenges and be supportive, but also protect your energy by setting clear boundaries. You can care without being overwhelmed, and I know this is hard for some of us, especially in this field. Now, let's recognize every success. Celebrating small and big wins creates motivation and it builds morale. And it also shows your team that efforts are valued. And this one, girl, let me tell you, practice what you preach. Model behavior. The behavior you want, the attitude, the work ethic that you expect, because leadership is more about action than words. And maintain professionalism. Leading with heart doesn't mean getting too informal. It just means keeping a balance so respect stays intact. So let me give you a weekly tip, something you can do right away. Maybe start with a weekly shout-out ritual. Every week, take 5 minutes in your team meeting or even in a group message and recognize specific staff members for their efforts or positive behaviors. It can be as simple as praising someone for staying calm during a tough moment or innovating a new classroom activity. This shows that you're paying attention and a tone of appreciation without getting overly sentimental. So you can lead with heart and still be very professional. You don't have to be their best friend, but you do have to make sure that they are heard, that they are seen, and they are valued. Next is communicate clearly and consistently. Be direct and transparent, and avoid vague instructions. Clear communication prevents confusion, and it also builds trust. Listen actively. Leadership isn't just about talking. It's about hearing what your team really needs and feels, and respond thoughtfully. Now, when we talk about communication, we also have to think about feedback. So are we giving constructive feedback? Feedback should encourage growth, not discourage it. Focus on behavior and solutions, not people's personalities. And watch your nonverbal cues as well. Your body language can reinforce or undermine your message altogether. So be aware of the tone, your eye contact, and your posture. And please fix your face. If you're mad, everybody in the building shouldn't know it by your body language, right? Cool yourself off and then pull yourself together and be professional. And you want to keep communication regular. Don't always wait for problems to arise to talk. Regular check-ins keep everyone aligned and issues are manageable. So if you let things get too far, you're going to have a lot of blow-ups. So you don't want that to happen. So where can you share this communication? Well, there's lots of different ways, but maybe you have an app that allows you to communicate with your staff. Maybe a great app like Jackrabbit. Maybe you use a Google Doc. Maybe you send out post updates or reminders or a feedback survey. But this will help keep communication centralized, transparent, and it reduces the risk of missed messages. Plus, it also encourages open dialogue and quick responses. Can you imagine that, the days of paper are gone and you can just literally send out a poll to your staff on a Saturday afternoon and ask them to get it back to you by Monday afternoon, right? Some folks will answer right away and some will do it during work hours. It doesn't matter, but you'll be able to get that information so quickly. So apps are a great way to communicate with your staff. Now, number 3 on my list is building a positive and inclusive culture. You want to make sure that you're creating a supportive environment where people perform best. Because when they feel safe and valued, that atmosphere is really where your team is going to thrive. And promote positivity. Model optimism, even when it's challenging. Because a positive mindset is contagious and it helps teams push through even the tough days. I have to tell you, I don't know, I think I was born with enough positivity for my entire team. Because every day I wake up in a good mood. Now, of course, sometimes things happen, the 50 call outs and the parent who sent you 15 messages. That happens to all of us. But your mindset really, 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 I can't say it enough, is a big factor on how the rest of your day is going to go. And empower your staff. Give your team authority and some autonomy and encourage them to contribute ideas that boost their ownership and innovation. And I don't know about you, but I love diversity on my team. I love when people have different backgrounds, different perspectives. I just think there's so much creativity that happens, much better problem solving, and I certainly do not think I have all the answers. So I love working with people who have just different life experiences, even being in different seasons of their life, which is something that me and my niece talk about a lot lately because we're both in a major season changes. She just had a baby just about a year ago, and I am thinking about what's next for me as I approach my 55th birthday. So, getting all different types of voices in your workplace is incredible. So if you're not diverse, really stop hiring and think about what are you missing on your team. It's really, really going to help you build that inclusive culture. And you want to make work so enjoyable, incorporate fun moments, and celebrate milestones. Because a happy team is a productive team. And no one wants to work in a place where everybody is miserable. So, think about what can you do to make work more enjoyable for everyone. And one of the things I think really will help you with that too is making sure you have the right people in the right seats doing the work that they really love. So make sure that you take a look at that. You could set time aside once a month for a casual team activity. It could be lunch. It could be a simple game or a brainstorming session for improving the program. But use this space as a place to celebrate your successes, share ideas, and build relationships. Because the more connected your team feels, the stronger your culture becomes. Now, speaking of culture, that brings me to number 4 on this list, investing in professional growth. You have to be committed to lifelong learning, and you have to help your staff be excited about it. So stay current on childcare best practices, leadership skills, attending workshops, reading, networking, podcasts. There's so many ways to grow your leadership style, and also investing in your team to do the same. In 3 days, me and 5 of my team members are going to the Born to Teach conference in Texas. We're super excited. I'm excited because I love going there, and so many of my listeners are there, and so many of my people are there, fellow speakers and so forth. But I think I'm most excited. This is the first time my team is going, and I'm so excited for them because they have no idea what they're in for. They're going to have a blast. But even bigger than that, even more than the fun, they're going to leave with some connections that they are going to just stay connected with for years to come. So I just always think that is such a great way to grow, is to build your professional network. Support your team's development and encourage training, career advancement opportunities, because when your staff grows, your program grows. And that's something you have to really gain that concept, because sometimes people are so connected, emotionally connected to their jobs, but not just the titles, but the tasks within those jobs. And they feel like if I give this task to someone else, then I become irrelevant. And it's not that. It's not that at all. Because if you can delegate to one person and they do a great job and you continue to build that person, then you can multiply that. And that makes you even more valuable. So don't be afraid of giving those jobs away to the people who are competent, people who take responsibility, opportunities for them to grow, because it also gives you an opportunity to grow as well. And encourage healthy risk taking. Create a safe space for people to experiment. Learning from mistakes leads to innovation and resilience. How many times have you made a mistake as a leader, right? Give others that opportunity too as well. You have to model a growth mindset. Show your team that setbacks are an opportunity to learn, not reasons to give up. And I know that you've heard that before, right? You've promoted somebody and like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm not sure I'm the one for this job. If you believe in them, keep believing in them and let them know right up front, you're going to mess some things up. And that's okay. We take accountability for it. That's okay. We get up, we dust ourselves off, and we keep moving. And, and the other thing too is they might not mess up at all, and they might be a rock star. And, may even do better than you even had thought. So it's really important to make sure that they know that they can mess up here or there, and it's going to be okay. Model a growth mindset. Share with your team when you've had setbacks, and that these are opportunities to learn, not just reasons to give up, like I said. And you want to make sure that they know that you mess up too. And then share resources generously. Provide access to books and courses and podcasts that can help your team develop professionally. Create a learning library corner. I have so many books. If you work in my center, you want to learn anything, I promise you, there's at least 5 books on the shelf, if not more, on that particular topic. Dedicate a small space in your staff room or even a digital folder. My daughter's like, Mom, some of these books are a little old. And I said, yeah, I've been using them for a long time, but they're still great. And she even was like, Mom, you could do some of this electronically. And I'm like, you're right, we can. So, do what works best for your staff. I know some of my older staff really like a book in hand. Some of my younger staff rather read articles online, or they rather listen to a podcast, because thank God you love to listen to podcasts, because I love to make podcasts. But, share course links that are relevant to childcare leadership, and encourage staff to browse or suggest resources. You could even highlight a resource of the month to keep momentum going and spark conversations about continuous learning. And you know what I love about this resource of the month? Maybe you pick a topic, and then at your staff meeting, you talk about that topic. You talk about, how to avoid confrontation on the floor in your program, right? Because we know there's going to be times where we don't always agree, but it should never be on the floor. So what does that look like? And that's just one example of a topic, but it could be something that you talk out and you have a plan before you need it. Wow, doesn't that sound great? And 5, you want to be able to solve problems with confidence and collaboration. As the leader, you've got to stay calm under pressure. Your composure sets the tone for your team, and approach challenges thoughtfully rather than reacting emotionally. You want to focus on solutions. When problems arise, prioritize finding effective resolutions over assigning blame. Oh, that drives me crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't want to talk about whose fault it is. I want to talk about what is the problem, how are we going to fix it as a group. That is a better use of our time. And delegate wisely. Don't try to do it all yourself. God knows I have tried. Trust your team with responsibilities that match their strengths. I just started teaching my daughter Haley QuickBooks the other day. And I don't know why I waited so long, but she got it pretty quickly. So yay, Haley, because that is not a task that I enjoy doing. I really love the people part. I love connecting with my team. I love being with the kids. I love being with the staff. I love being with my colleagues in the field. I do not love being at a desk. And 90% of my job as an owner, a lot of the things that have been assigned to me are at the desk. So I love giving those things away. But just give them to the right people you can trust, and people who can do the job, and people who will take accountability to make sure it gets done on time. Now, you also want to use data to guide your decisions. Collect and analyze information to make informed choices rather than relying on assumptions. If you have things that have a timeline, you might want to look at who can help you with that and who already is meeting timelines. So if there is a teacher whose lesson plans are never in on time, that's probably not a person that you want to give something that is time sensitive to. So just think about that. Use the data to help you decide who does what and when. And recognize and reward problem solvers. Celebrate those who take initiative. I love when people take initiative. And they take initiative and they contribute to overcoming obstacles. This is how you do it. You could do a problem-solving huddle. When challenges come up, rather than just, making decisions yourself, gather the relevant team members for a quick, focused meeting or brainstorming session and come up with what you can solve together. Keep it in a time-limited 15 to 20 minutes, because we all know meetings can be really energy suckers and time killers. And make sure everyone's voice is heard. Document on agreed upon actions and follow up on the progress. This approach will shift the mindset from here's the problem to here's how we fix it. And that is one of my favorite ways. So that's a wrap on 5 proven ways to lead your childcare program with inspiration and impact. Leadership is about your people. It's about people. It's not about just managing daily tasks. It's about creating a vision, empowering your team, and fostering a culture everyone wants to be part of. Now, if you found today's episode valuable, please subscribe, share with your childcare community, and leave us a review. If you've got questions or leadership stories, reach out to me on social media at CCDC Podcast. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks to our sponsors at Jackrabbit Care. Again, if you're leading your program and you need some support, check out Jackrabbit Care. Visit their website. Link is below. As always, thank you for joining me on the Childcare Director's Chair. Until next time, keep leading with passion and purpose. You've got this.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Childcare Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your childcare centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Childcare Director's Chair.